Hey all, welcome to Share Track. This is Raj here. This is a surprise evening video. The market has been moving very interestingly. There seems to be a new energy and force coming into the market. So I thought, why not do a end of the day video? I had the time today and I had the inclination. It's around 3:49 p.m. The market is just about to close. So here it goes, and now I'm going to rely more on the news on the websites because I'm formulating my opinion as I record this video. But I hope that you find some value in this. So let's go and see what's happening in the markets. So the first news I see here on the CNBC website is that it says S&P 500 rises for the fourth day on more encouraging inflation data. These are all live updates. And basically what they are saying is that June's producer price index report rose less than anticipated, building upon optimism from Wednesday's consumer price index data. The PPI, which measures the wholesalers, what the wholesalers pay for goods, rose 0.1% in June. Economists polled by Dow Jones had expected an increase of 0.2, so it came in at half the expectation. Core PPI, which strips out volatile food and energy prices, climbed 0.1%, also lower than expectations. So the PPI confirmed the cooling inflation shown in yesterday's CPI, but the lower than expected weekly jobless claims number was a reminder of continued labor market tightness. So for now, the stage appears to be set. The Fed is still on track to raise interest rates in a couple of weeks, and the investors will shift their focus to corporate balance sheet as earnings seasons kick into gear. So we are looking at the next earnings season, and the market has got its expectation for the next interest rate hike. And overall, the sentiment is that we are almost coming to the end of the interest rate cycles. So that's the way I understand what's happening out here. Next, moving on to our TradingView platform, I can see that the futures looks positive. It's pretty strong. Nasdaq futures are looking pretty strong. And if we look at the indicators, QQQ has done very well today. It has gained 1.78 or 1.79%. It is still on this strong bullish track. And for context, my friends, if you look at how we fell, how sharply we fell, you can see that our gain is also significant. And one of the major highlights for today for me is the fact that we have broken through a resistance which was at around 374.86. We have broken through it. Now it has become a support for us. So it's no doubt that QQQ has grown from strength to strength. The only concern for me is the RSI getting overbought. So we should look at a little bit of sideways movement or giving up of some gains before proceeding further higher. That said, I think I would like to have a quick look at the index movers, as I call them. Microsoft has done extremely well with a gain of 1.72. Apple is up 0.52, not that great, but still on a really strong and consistent and gradual bullish channel. So I'm happy about that. Meta is also doing very well with a gain of 1.45. Amazon also has gained 2.75. It has broken through a resistance, which again is a very good point for us going forward. Google has done very well with a gain of 4.42%, seems to be turning a corner. I would consider these three candles, green candles after the red candle, to be a trend reversal. So it's looking pretty good for Google. There is plenty of room on the RSI as well. And if we were to go to FNGU, which is my favorite, I have made more than 150% gain on this particular stock. I just regret I sold 60 of it. I had 160, I sold 60. I had bought them in the low two digits, somewhere around 85 or something, if I'm not mistaken. It's up more than 100% in my portfolio. It has regained most of my other losses as well. Really happy about this one. And then let's go on to our genomics, which is what we are here for. I'm going to sort this out so that we have the winners on the top. Caribou Biosciences continues on a tear, but it's been held back by 8.25, which has been a long-term resistance. So we have a resistance on the top, which is pushing it back, and we have this gap up, which has to be filled. So let us see what happens going forward. But those who are holding Caribou are really doing very well. And of course, not financial advice, but if I were you, I would say I'll sell some calls out here because the risk of downside is more than upside, in my opinion. The $25 million from Pfizer is not it's not an earth-shaking amount as such. So just have to be careful. That's my personal opinion, of course. CRISPR Therapeutics gained again today, but it got checkmated by the resistance at 59.23. But the momentum is pretty good. And there is plenty of room on the RSI. MACD is also bullish, so we can hope for better things going forward. An overall gain of 2.71 for today, 2.71% for today. DNA continues to make a positive growth. I had sold DNA covered calls at 2.50, and they are looking pretty good today. They are in the positive as well. I had also sold CRISPR covered calls. I just have 100 CRISPR. I sold one covered call. I don't remember what price it was sold at, but it's in the negative right now because CRISPR has been going up since. But my strike price was $60. So let us see what happens. Either way, I'll have a benefit because CRISPR itself is positive in my portfolio. So even if I end up selling at $60, I don't mind. I'll still make a profit of around $200 to $225 in my opinion. And if CRISPR stock price were to fall, I would have made some money out of the covered call. So I'm happy with that. I'll mark this as at 2.12 as a support for going forward. Just going to make this a little thicker so that you can see it in your screen. Next, Verve is doing very well. It's up 0.59% considering where it was. It's doing very well. We still have a resistance at 20.82, which is holding it back. Plenty of room on the RSI. Momentum is decent. MACD is also bullish. So, okay. I think Verve is taking a cautious approach, but the test will be for it to clear 20.82. And then it will be on a stronger footing because this will become the new support for it. That said, it's already achieved our cup and handle pattern, so that particular prediction has been taken care of, as you can see here. So this was the target for cup and handle, 20.7%. It's already met that. Next, let's look at PACB, which is up 0.58%. Bionanogenomics was up 0.62%. And Sarepta up 0.61%. Intelia up 0.40%. iDNA up 0.48%. And then Beam is down 0.06%. Fate is absolutely neutral today. Say it's a doji candle like yesterday. Invite down minus 0.38%. IMTX down 0.80%. I was pretty confident that we are going to break on the upward side on this bullish pennant. I consider this to be a bullish pennant, but the gap up is there. There is still a gap up out here. So I don't know. We seem to be falling out of the bullish pennant. Right now it's 3:58. I mean, a few minutes to go before the market closes. I think we are going to fall out on the lower side. So that's negative for IMTX. Schrodinger has been doing very well of late, but today it's down almost a percentage point. And Editar is also down almost 1%. Prime is down 0.68%. Illumina is down 1.62%, wiping out most of yesterday's gains. And Bluebird is down 9.04%. I have covered calls on Bluebird as well, and they were stuck at $5. So I'm positive on Bluebird in the covered call side. Allogene is down 10.09%. So we have a cup and handle pattern. Now we need this to start moving up tomorrow. So if we have a couple of green candles in the next 2 days, then I would consider this to be a cup and handle pattern, and then I like to do some target price setting. But friends, technical patterns, chart patterns do not always give the desired results. We have seen some of our cup and handle patterns reach the target, and we have seen a few which could not, which fizzled out somewhere down the line. Let us see what happens with Allogene. I do have Allogene in my portfolio, so I'm very keen that I see some positives because it's been languishing, and I'm down 60% on Allogene, but it's a very small holding, so not too much worried about it. That was my coverage for today, my friends. I thought I had the time, and the market was looking interesting. I thought I'll just do this quick segment for you. Really glad to be able to talk to you. Thanks for being a supporter of this channel. I'll catch up with you again tomorrow. Bye for now.